Hey guys, I'm Prodigy from Airsoft Team Kilo23. Before we get started with this review, don't forget to go to Inside the Mech Box at airsoft.com on youtube.com. Go check out those cool videos. Hopefully we'll have some more on the way pretty soon to keep you guys entertained. Aside from that, go check out the Airsplat store. Stop by on a weekend, maybe you'll say hi and find me there. Alright, I'm guessing you guys have read the title. This is the review of the KJW G23. Now, I got this in a trade the other day. It's not the newest gun in the world, but it still works really well. I'm actually very happy with it. I had a Glock 17 by HFC long time ago, my first gas pistol. It died within like 6 months, just completely tried everything, didn't want to work again. This seems like it's an identical gun except for obviously the shorter slide and the smaller lower. Basically a TM clone. But overall, I actually like it. I'm not necessarily a Glock guy. I mean, they're alright pistols, I don't mind them. But I've always been into HK pistols, the USP and so forth. And I really like how this thing feels. Surprisingly, just the smaller grip, it fits my hand better. I'm really happy with it. The 17, obviously the full-size standard 9mm version, is nice, but I kind of prefer this one, just something a little smaller. Now, this is more of a close quarters pistol. I chronoed this thing with some 2.5s and it was shooting about 240, 250 in there. Pretty soft shooting gun. It's about 280 FPS on average. It isn't the most solid gun either. The slide wobbles quite a bit. It does have a painted on orange tip. Like I said, I got this in a trade, so the previous owner painted over it. You can kind of see a bit of an orange tip that's scratched off through the paint there. These don't really go for a lot. A little over $100. They're kind of like a mid-range, mid-quality gun. KJW, in my opinion, always been kind of a middle-of-the-road brand. KWA being the high-end stuff. You got HFC and other similar brands being kind of the beginner's gas pistol. This is kind of in between for me. Now, 90% of this functions like the real Glock. The only thing that doesn't really is you've got a safety right here where the serial number is. And it actually has like a fake serial number, KJ yada yada yada. Pretty realistic. This version, like I said, it is a trade I got, so it does not have the the safety on the trigger, even though it should. It's got the cutout for it, and so whoever had it before me probably broke it a little. Aside from that, the functions on this guy are identical to the real firearm. You rack it, put the slide in, slide release, and obviously it'll lock back when your magazine is out, really easy. It does have the 3 white dot sight, really quick to line up. This is my favorite kind of sight style. All my gas pistols that I use have these. Any real firearm that I'm going to own or do own has these. Really prefer these. Now, the real version of this gun is a striker fire gun, so you're not going to have a hammer. The hammer is inside the slide. Obviously, when you pull the trigger, you do hear the click. There's a little internal kind of a roller in there, I guess you could call it. It's what it looks like. But essentially, it's the hammer inside of a gas gun. The mag release works just like any other mag release. You press it on the right side and it drops the mag. Now, the magazines for this gun are pretty small. They only hold about 20 rounds comfortably. Can jam a 21st round in there or a 22nd in the chamber if you want, but 20 is the comfortable fit. You really have to jam that 21st round in there. They are TM compatible mags, so a lot of easy mags to find for these. They are a little shorter, but I was really happy. The mag fits in there all comfortably. I had a really old HFC Glock 17 a long time ago. These mags have leaked and leaked and leaked, and I have fixed so many leaks in these. They function better than the mags that KJW gives you. HFC Glock 17 mags fit in this thing and function 10 times better. I can get like 2 mags out of this, and this magazine is 6 years old and been through hell and back, and it's fantastic. Amazingly, it fits. It cycles fine, it feeds fine, and I'm really happy with it. Now lastly, before we actually get to the quick shooting test here, it does have a little rail here, so you can go throw a light or laser or whatever you want on here. Aside from that, takedown of the gun is extremely simple. Just like the real thing, you pull down 2 tabs, slide comes off, get to the barrel, hop up here. I've got my hop up turned all the way on for 2.5s, and it still doesn't have enough arc. So we'll just have to see how it goes. This is probably the gun where you want to use 2s or 2.3s in it, because it just, the hop up doesn't really get out there like that, like KWA or other brands do. So to each his own, whatever you guys want to use with this gun. Alright, let's go ahead and get to the shooting test. I'm going to use my GoPro and my main camera for this so you get a little bit of first-person action and some shots of the BBs actually hitting the target close up. It's got some recycling bins out here and an old jacket, so I'm going to shoot at that. I'm going to try to stand about 100 feet away, which is, you know, you're not going to really shoot at targets farther away than 100 feet with your sidearm unless your rifle's totally dead or broken or you're totally out of ammo. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to be about 100 feet away. I'm using propane for this test. Some people say don't use propane. It's fine with me. I haven't had problems yet, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, you guys will probably notice with this gun that a lot of the rounds are just kind of dropping at maybe 100 feet. That's why I highly recommend you guys do not use 2.5s. I was using 2.5s in this, which is what I prefer to use in pistols. It gives you a little more heft than just the kind of dit pea shooting with .2s. But with this gun, just not a good idea. I've had it is engaged with a full hop. Trying to use 2.5s just doesn't work, so I highly recommend 2s or 2.3s or something like that. Aside from that, once I was able to kind of angle it exactly the way I wanted, you could pretty much hit the jacket right there, guy at 100 feet every shot. Really not that difficult, but you did kind of have to lob them a little. Aside from that, this is a pretty nice gun. We'll see how durable it is over time. Thanks for watching. I'm Prodigy from Airsoft Team Kilo23. Don't forget to go to Inside the Mech Box at airsplat.com. Come say hi to me at Airsplat store in Seattle on the weekends. Take it easy, guys.